We arrived in Florence with no guide, no tours, and no plan. Just a map, ChatGPT, and a whole lot of curiosity. What followed was one of the most unforgettable days of our travels. We had an early train to catch, so we decided to get breakfast at the hostel before walking to the train station.
Attenzione!
The train from Venice to Florence took about 2 hours. This time we chose premium class, which cost about €70 for the both of us. We did some work on the train and enjoyed some snacks as we watched the countryside go by. Before we knew it, we had arrived in Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance. We headed straight for the hostel plus Florence to drop off our bags so we could start exploring the narrow cobblestone streets and bustling piazzas. We booked for 3 nights for a total of €188. On the agenda today was a self-guided tour of the city and a visit to the Accademia Gallery. Neither of us had been to Florence before, so we loaded up Google Maps and got our good friend ChatGPT to give us a tour of the city. All we had to do was tell it what we were looking at, and it gave us all the information we wanted to know. We came across this statue close to our accommodation and learned that it was of General Manfredo Fanti, a soldier and leader in battles for Italian independence and unification. We walked through the streets and came to the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, commonly called the Duomo. It is an architectural masterpiece, blending Gothic and Renaissance styles. Its marble facade intricately decorated with green, pink, and white hues. The Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore began construction in 1296 and was completed in 1436. The facade is intricately decorated with statues, frescoes, carvings, and gilded elements. The camera doesn't do justice to the beauty and artifice of this building. If you're planning to visit Florence, you must stop by the cathedral and take it all in. In front of it stands the Baptistry of St. John. Older than the cathedral, it is thought to have been completed in 1128. It has stunning bronze doors called the Gates of Paradise. In the same square sits the Loggia del Bigallo, a beautiful building with frescoes outside. Finally, there is the Tour Campanile di Giotto. You're able to purchase tickets to climb the 414 steps and take in panoramic views over the city of Florence. Next we came to Piazza della Repubblica, the bustling heart of Florence since ancient Roman times when it served as a city's forum. An antique carousel and luxury shops create a lively atmosphere both day and night, making it a favourite meeting spot for locals and visitors alike. We strolled through the streets and found ourselves in front of the Palazzo Vecchio, Florence's fortified town hall and enduring symbol of civic power. It rises over Piazza della Signoria with its 94-metre-tall tower. Built in 1299, Palazzo Vecchio served as the seat of the Republic's government. Over centuries, it became the Medici family's residence before being transformed into the current town hall and museum it is today. In the piazza stands the Fountain of Neptune and a copy of David. Next to it is the Loggia della. It's an open-air gallery of beautiful statues. A street performer outside the famous Uffizi Gallery added to the collection of masterpieces. It was time for our visit to the Accademia Gallery. We had pre-purchased our tickets and chosen a time slot around midday. The gallery houses some of the most important paintings and sculpture collections in the world. Among them is Michelangelo's renowned David. The composition, precision of artistry, and the attention to detail make this statue a true masterpiece. Not only are the anatomical features accurate, but the expression on his face is so lifelike you can almost see him thinking. The statue feels alive, and it's as if he is about to make his move against Goliath at any second. He was sculpted from a single block of Carrara marble in 1501 to 1504 and stands 5 meters tall. David is a symbol of strength, courage, and civic pride for Florence. Lining the hall leading to David are 4 of Michelangelo's unfinished pieces called The Prisoners. Carved between 1519 and 1534, originally for Pope Julius II's grand tomb, they were abandoned midway. They give us a glimpse into the artist's technique. Housed in the adjacent room is a collection of plaster casts and models by Lorenzo Bartolini and his student Luigi Pampaloni. And the museum is also home to musical instruments that belong to the Grand Dukes of Tuscany, Medici and Lorraine. Finishing up our tour of the city, we headed toward the river Arno for some stunning views of the Tuscan countryside. It was a warm day, so we decided to cool off with some delicious gelato, which is said to have been invented in Florence in the 16th century. We ate our tasty treat as we walked towards Ponte Vecchio.
You could do it by the shade on that side.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It's Florence's oldest bridge, dating back to 1345, and is lined with shops which were originally home to butchers and tanners. The bridge's storefronts now house high-end jewelers, art dealers, and souvenir sellers. Amazingly, it was the only bridge in Florence to survive destruction during World War II. Connected to the bridge is the Vasari corridor. Above was a secret passageway connecting Palazzo Vecchio to Palazzo Pitti for the Medici family's private use. With our self-guided tour concluded, it was back to the hostel for a little break and freshening up before dinner. We took a little walk around the hostel to check out the facilities. It had a restaurant and a bar, a common room with kitchen,
Oh, I like the fridges.
an outdoor pool which was closed for winter, and an indoor pool and sauna, a gym and a laundry. We were getting hungry, so we decided to walk back into town for some dinner. We walked through this really interesting park/old fort called Giardini della Fortezia. We found a restaurant called Trattoria. We ordered some Chianti and some fried artichokes to start. For mains, I had papa al cinghiale, a wild boar ragu, while David had the papa al pomodoro, a thick Tuscan bread and tomato soup. It was a great start to our time in this magical city. Thanks so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. A bientôt!